Tonight at 10, a man is shot and killed by a police officer. Another person taken into custody. Why the officer says he was forced to fire.
President Biden punishing Putin, announcing a big ban on Russian oil.
New details about a deadly crash in northern Broward. A child killed in the catastrophe.
Crime on camera. A man arrested for allegedly attacking his girlfriend and then setting her home on fire. Good evening. I'm Louis Aguirre.
And I'm Eden Shekel. The news at 10 is next.
Florida 24 is a new way to watch full coverage of statewide policies, technology tracking storms across our state, and breaking news 24/7. Florida 24 Network, discovering all of Florida.
Live from WPLG, Local 10 News on WSFL starts right now.
And we begin tonight with new details about a police-involved shooting. This happened earlier this evening in Miami. The whole thing began with a struggle.
An officer then opened fire, killing one person. Local 10's crime specialist Bridget Matter is live in Miami with an update. Bridget.
The investigation continues into the night. One man was killed after a struggle during a traffic stop. We're now about 6 hours since that shooting happened right outside of a local high school. For hours, this stretch of 71st Street in Northwest Miami was shut down near Miami Northwestern Senior High School. Miami police say it started with a traffic stop. Before 5 p.m., 2 adult men were pulled over. Police did not reveal why the men were stopped. One of the men in this red car was armed.
A struggle ensued. One of the officers discharged his firearm.
Police say one man died. The other is in custody. Sky 10 flew over the scene. Cameras captured a car with the doors open and a white tarp covering a body. The officer was not hurt. He is on administrative leave per protocol. The shooting remains under investigation. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is the lead investigating agency. We are zoomed in on the car that those suspects were in. The last time we spoke to police, they say the weapon was also still on scene. We're also told one of the men actually ran from police at one point. And there's also video of the shooting from the high school, as well as body-worn camera video that police are still looking through. For now, we're live in Northwest Miami. Bridget Matter, Local 10 News.
We're banning all imports of Russian oil and gas and energy.
President Joe Biden announcing a big ban against Russia. No more Russian oil will be accepted at American ports. The president says the move will deal a powerful blow to Putin's war machine. D.C. Bureau Chief Ben Kennedy has the story live from Washington. Ben.
Eden, this ban aims to punish Russia to get them to cease fire. It also means more pain at the pump as the nation faces some of the highest gas prices. In the latest move to deter Moscow's invasion of Ukraine, President Biden banned Russian oil, natural gas, and coal imports to the U.S.
That means Russian oil will no longer be acceptable at U.S. ports.
He took that message to Texas. It's there the commander-in-chief warned this will impact the price of the pump.
It's going to go up. Can't do much right now. Russia's responsible.
Experts don't anticipate the Russian oil ban to have a huge impact on the American supply, as majority of oil for the U.S. comes from Canada, Mexico, and other nations. U.S. imports from Russia energy is roughly 8%, as Russian oil
only amounts to about 3% of crude imports.
To make up that amount, the U.S. is now turning to other countries that are typically shunned.
I just don't understand why we're going to go to Saudi Arabia to beg for oil, ask a narco-terrorist for oil, and do an Iran deal with the largest state sponsor of terror in the world, when we can produce more than enough oil to make up for whatever it is we buy from Russia.
Oil prices keep rising after the war began due to the volatility in the market.
Since Putin began his military buildup on Ukrainian borders, just since then, the price of the gas at the pump in America went up 75 cents. And with this action, it's going to go up further.
A fear among drivers waiting for their next customer at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport.
Not really good for us because Uber still pay us like the same price he used to pay us.
We lose money big time.
President Biden said he'll do everything he can to minimize the price hike, adding Tuesday's move to ban Russian oil imports is necessary as the Kremlin's attack on Ukraine intensifies.
Ukraine will never be a victory for Putin. Putin may be able to take a city, but he'll never be able to hold the country.
And European allies are more dependent on Russian energy, and as a result of this point, they will not be joining the U.S. with this ban. Reporting live in Washington, D.C., Ben Kennedy, Local 10 News.
Another developing story tonight. A horrific crash in northern Broward County sent several people to the hospital and even killed a kid. It happened on US 27 just south of the Palm Beach County line. Local 10's Terrell Forney is live in Fort Lauderdale with an update. Terrell. Coming up, hundreds of Haitian migrants making a desperate journey to South Florida on a boat that almost sank. Now we're hearing from a relative of one of those migrants.
A Florida couple ambushed and carjacked when a man desperately tried to get away from police. We have how the whole thing ended. And
details about a young girl who was treated like an animal and forced to wear a dog shock collar.
You're watching Local 10 News on WSFL with Louis Aguirre and Eden Checkle.
I'm Louis Aguirre.
And I'm Eden Checkle. There's a new choice for news at 10 p.m.
A full hour of news. Local 10 News on WSFL. Weeknights at 10 p.m.
An update now about a boat that was dangerously overloaded with migrants and ran aground off the coast of Key Largo over the weekend.
Tonight, we're now hearing from a woman who says her brother was on that boat. Local 10's Ian Margol has this story.
Family members of these Haitian migrants say they've had no contact with them since they got here over the weekend, and they are hoping the U.S. will change their policy so that their loved ones can stay.
Yes, temperatures were warm today. Get ready to kick it up even more. I'll let you know how hot these numbers get by the weekend. The forecast is next.
Local 10 weather with Chief Certified Meteorologist Betty Davis.
WSFL TV, the only local station that's so South Florida. It's right in our name.
Police in Daytona Beach hope you can help them identify a person of interest in the murders of a married couple over the weekend. He was seen on surveillance video wearing a black hat and scarf while carrying a black backpack. Police say 48-year-old Terry Altman and 55-year-old Brenda Altman of Daytona Beach were riding their bikes when they were attacked. They were found stabbed to death on the side of the road.
And caught on camera, a wild pursuit involving the Pinellas County Sheriff's Office. It all started when a man stole a car after an alleged drug deal on Sunday. Deputies tracked him from above in a helicopter as he led Clearwater police on a long chase. Well, that suspect was seen crashing into several cars. He then jumped out of the stolen car and carjacked a couple in a Ford Mustang convertible. The victims got out and he took off in that Mustang. And 27-year-old Kenneth Lunford Jr. eventually crashed through a fence, flew off a seawall into nearby mangroves. Lunford then took off running, even jumping into the intracoastal waterway where he was finally caught.
Right now, the video from Epcot at Disney World, and no, this is not a water park, but actually this is what it looked like last night after a round of severe storms passed through Central Florida, causing major flooding. Look at that. That video circulated on social media. It shows all the theme parks were underwater with guests wading through water that was a foot deep. Yikes.
Probably not the trip they imagined.
Not at all.
People that traveled here for that.
Yeah. Well, thank goodness the rain has stayed away here. I mean, some scattered showers last night, but nothing like that. My goodness, that was something, Betty.
We've been pretty lucky.
A mess.
Yeah.
A mess. And we've been mostly dry here. We're the same way tonight, and temperatures really warm. The 80s were popping again today. We did 84 in Miami and Fort Lauderdale.